Greetings and welcome to another extra special World of Tanks video. Why is this extra special? Well, you might have figured it out by the title. So, even though I don't know, I haven't made the exact title already, it's in my brain, and it kind of is obviously going to make sense. Anyway, the thing that I'm making this video about is, of course, the Crucial Contribution Medal. Now, I don't want you guys to think this is some kind of secret or something that happens all the time, because it isn't. It's just that sometimes you get on a run, and I can't explain it. I've never done it twice, back to back, day and then day again. So, okay, whatever. But I got an invitation to play with Brown Sprouts, who picked his up yesterday, his first one. And so we're goofing around. And then I got a message from one of my subscriber friends from Switzerland. And if you remember him, that'll be fantastic. It'll make it even better. His name is Einer. And he's like, it's hilarious, actually. He sent me a question, a message in a chat. But he knows I speak low-level German. And so he sent me the question in German. And it was pretty funny. Let me read it to you. Hast du Platz für noch ein Tanker? What he asked me in German was, do you have room for another tank player? I laughed, of course, because he made sure that it was at my level of German. And so I read it, and I knew exactly what it meant, but I told him that when he joined the party, that was a great way to phrase the question, because we had the discussion. And I go, yeah, I completely understand your question, but for the life of me, I could not have constructed that question in proper grammar. He would have understood as a master of the language, of course, but until I saw his question, I would have not known how to grammatically phrase that. It's just one of those things. It was just very funny. And it's just one of the things that makes it interesting, is that I always remind him, and it's always me who's doing this. I remind him that I have bad German. So, and he laughs, because obviously he knows it's true. Okay, and that's the whole point. He speaks wonderful English. I speak, well, broken German. So it's hilarious. So he feels free to laugh at my misfortune, rather than, he's not saying that my German is terrible, because it is. I don't practice it. I have a very basic working knowledge of the language, and that's what makes it funny. So don't think it's anything weird or whatever. But we're playing in a bunch of matches, having a good time, of course. We had some great matches, had some matches we lost, of course, as well. We had one great match where the enemy team just came after us hardcore on Himmelsdorf, straight up the middle. Defensive effort was outstanding. I got killed in that, but was part of the defensive stand. Those two guys survived, clean clock, and we won. And I told them that was a really strong defensive effort, and something to be proud of, because that's the kind of defensive effort that tests your ability to coordinate what you're doing as a unit. And it's especially good because it was with people who really had never played before. Now, I had played with each of those guys individually, but the three of us had never worked together. It was fantastic. Those two were just absolutely awesome. So it was a great session, and it was fun to play. And that's the thing that I enjoy, is that through this YouTube channel, man, I've got to play with guys from Canada, England, Switzerland. There's other guys I've talked to from New Zealand and Australia. I haven't played, well, I've played with the guy from Australia, Brazil. So there's guys all over the world that are contacting me, and it's fantastic. And this is just another one of those games where everything comes together, where you have the meeting of skill and a little bit of luck. And that's what's awesome. So what I'm going to do is show you the game footage right now. But first, please leave a like for this video. It'll be tremendous. It will help us a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because that will help me even more. And it's for the low, low price of free. And to my subscribers, you guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate what you've done for me. It's really helped a lot. And now, let's get to the action, shall we? Welcome to the cliff. Now, in this session, I just started calling brown sprouts Browny. It's just a lot simpler. And I'm lazy, so I don't want to, say the whole screen name every time. So I just call him Browny. And then, of course, we refer to Einer as Einer. At least that's what Browny like to call him, so it was fantastic with me. So this is me. Forget this. I'm not the star of this video. I'm going to get to the star. Now, the thing is funny. Einer himself, he's running a tank. I had no idea he was running. He was running a T3 convertible. So he's done something that I would have thought was very difficult, and that is to be part of a crucial contribution team with a T3 convertible. I make a grand total of 2 kills in my artillery, because these guys are just monsters. They're machines when they get rolling. And the lead dog of this crew is Browny with his thresher. He's a vicious little thresher player, I swear to you. I know that Fish will be proud of him, and we'll get those two together at some point, because he knows who Fish is, and some of the other guys that have been showing up on my channel repeatedly. So this dude is whipping butt. Einer has got, he's got a T3 convertible. What the heck is that, dummy? There he is. He's made 1 kill so far, but he does pretty good. There's another kill right there. If you watch Browny, he's really doing a good job of not closing. And people like myself make the mistake in these matches to get a little overconfident and close in too close, and he's doing a really good job of not doing that. He's trying to keep this where he's partially covered, makes him harder to hit. He doesn't take extra fire very often, so he's really making a good showing and learning a lot. And playing with better quality players as his teammates, he sees better play, and he's doing a great job of emulating different lessons that he sees. I mean, the dude is truly vicious. 2 guys left. Really? Well, at this point, let's see. Einer has got 1 kill. He's going to make another one, I think. Browny got 9. Actually, no, that's it. Browny gets 9, and I got 2. That's it right there. That's 12 right there. And that, sir, is 1 crucial contribution. where someone had a T3 convertible. Really? I had no idea. That was actually super fast. Okay, now I don't have the end of game screen, unfortunately, because your host made a mistake and forgot to make a copy of that while we were discussing the the match that had just occurred. But that's not a big deal. You saw the numbers; it just wasn't fancy. Didn't have pictures, etc., etc. But I have something else I can show you that's really nice. Something you've never seen before. Well, 99.9% of you haven't seen before. I haven't seen it before either, and I thought it was just awesome. Let me show it to you. All right, this is what Einer sent to me, and this is his game screen in his profile of his medals, auf Deutsch, in German. So we all know what those things say because we can look at our own profile and recall these things, etc. So the one he has highlighted here is the one he just got with us, which is the crucial contribution. You know, it's funny, man, I couldn't understand any of that stuff. I know what it says, and I still don't understand any of it. So it's out of my league. It's way out of my league of German. I couldn't understand this. See, someone says this to me, I'm like, I know what it says in English because I've done it and read it many times. So this is your, your platoon. God only knows what the heck. I don't even know what that is. But I don't know what the German word or phrase for platoon would be. But your platoon has to get 12 kills in a match, which we did. But and I told him, where to look for it, et cetera, how to find it. He found it, and he did not have it. He only has this one. In fact, apparently he doesn't play much platoons because I believe, the same thing is that the one next to that medal is the Brothers in Arms. I'm thinking he got Brothers in Arms with us for the first time as well, which is kind of bizarre. This guy's good. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe he just doesn't play in platoons very much. I mean, those are the people like that. So if that is the case where in this session he got both of those, that's just a terrific honor. That's just fantastic. But, I mean, the crucial contribution, as you know, is difficult. And it's really funny because now, obviously, I got it with Americans, my friends being Americans. Then when I did the video with Tugboat, he's Canadian. So I got a crucial contribution with Tugboat, who was super cool. I played with him like several days ago. He joined us. He was like, hey, can I join you? I'm like, of course you can join us. You're awesome. So I got one with a Canadian. And when I played with Jonesy, Fish and I got a crucial contribution with Jonesy, he lives in England. He's actually not British, but he lives in England because his family moved there from the Caribbean. So I got one with him. And then I got this one with Einer, who's Swiss. That's 4 different nations of guys with whom I have achieved a crucial contribution. It's kind of awesome, really. So, but this is the only one of them where English is not, their native language. I'm making an assumption. I believe that Tugboat's native language is English. He did not speak like a French Canadian because he's not from. He does not reside in Quebec. So I don't believe he's necessarily a first language French. I think he's first language English, but that's an assumption on my part. But that's really awesome, the international flavor and fun. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is not something that happens all the time. It's super special. And so that's why I make a video every time it happens. It just happened to happen to me and Browny 2 days in a row. That's never happened before. I mean, all of the ones I have 13. And that's the first time I've gotten two on a day back to back. So, I mean, I'm, of course, always willing to give it the old college try. We're trying to do the best we can. We're trying to have fun. And, man, we had a lot of fun, played some great games. And I told those guys, I said, it was really outstanding. The two best games clearly were this one and the one in Himmelsdorf where we had a defensive stand where I died during the stand. But those two guys were awesome. So I told them that, and I told them that was really fantastic. I thought it was a great session. You know, Einer is 7 hours ahead of me. So, you know, it was like about 2:30 here, which was, almost 10 o'clock for him. And he was going to eat late dinner. Stupid tanks got in the way. His wife probably wasn't too happy about that, but hey, it could have been worse. We're having a good time in the name of international goodwill. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story experience of our session with myself, Browny, and Einer. It was truly outstanding, and you're looking here at one of his prized possessions, to be honest. It was just really fantastic. Now, there was one more thing I wanted to mention. It was in the conversation we had. It was fantastic. Earlier today, before he joined with us, he told me he had seen my videos, of course, because he's a subscriber. And he checked out the cards, and he said he bought, it was really a bizarre number, he bought 8 confidential cards. Now, this is the key card purchasing screen in German. It's his native language. And so, as you see on the bottom, he bought 2 4-packs is what he bought. 4, it says Vertraulich Schlüsselkarten, which is for confidential key cards. All right? I know what that says. Not that I know what those words were specifically. But we all know what those words are, so it doesn't take a genius to figure out that's exactly what it says, because we know that. So he bought 2 of the 4-packs, which is kind of odd meaning strange. Not it was an even number, but he bought those. He told me he got, shockingly, 2 poodles. Not the dogs, the tank, the Polish panther. I have that too, by the way. And he was just glowing with how he got. So he got the first poodle, which he didn't have. He was like fantastic, and then he got another one, and of course he got a 30. He said $37.50 gold refund. So he was completely thrilled because he raked it in. Off of 8 cards, he got 2 poodles. Fantastic. I don't know. I'm assuming the way he said it was that he either hasn't had a gold refund from a tank card before, or he has not had one for $37.50. One of those two is going to be a true statement, I hope. That's what it seemed like. So it was super awesome. He told me these are prices in Swiss francs. Okay, so that was 5.1 Swiss francs. For us, those are $5.99, $6 American dollars. So the Swiss franc is just a little bit more valuable than the American dollar in that regard. That's the exchange rate. So I thought that was really funny, fantastic. So he basically got those for a little over 10.5 Swiss francs, which was, fantastic. I was wondering why he wouldn't have gone just for the whole way and gotten the 10-pack, because he would have gotten 2 cards plus 1 more bonus. Whatever. Everybody's different. He got it, and I'm so happy that he got 2 of the same tank. That was the good tank, number 1. I haven't used the Poodle, but I have his twin brother, the French Bretagne Panther. And that thing, I had a game last week that was nasty awesome. It is really good. The Poodle is just like 99% of the French Bretagne Panther. They're almost identical. So they're both great. It's just that I don't have infinite money, and I blew my money filling out the equipment on other tanks. So I still haven't run the Poodle, but it doesn't really matter. I got a commander for it and everything. It's just fantastic. So that was a little bonus that he sent, was the photo of what it's like in Switzerland. So in Switzerland, CHF is Swiss francs. I don't know the exact phrasing, but that's what it is. It's Swiss francs for the money. German is his home language. So just fantastic stuff. Like I said, I've never seen this before, and I thought it was really cool because I like to see those different languages of the things that, like the cards. I've seen those in Russian, Polish, in Spanish, in French, and now in German. It's fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like for this video. Please leave a congratulations message, if you would, for Einer and or Browny. Those guys were terrific. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I do oddball stuff or unique things you don't see very often. And to my subscribers, I hope that this is something that you guys enjoyed as much as we did. We had a great time. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.